So people who are looking for a short-term earning or not looking for a serious career, okay. Then who else?
Most of them are freshers.
Yeah. So the age group, especially, okay. What I am trying to highlight on is the age group. Okay, so people who are very young, who just passed out of college, or maybe they are attending college and at the same time they want some pocket money. Okay, who have not really thought about their career, like how Youngchun said. Okay, so for them we will be for a BPO company. That's why there are certain policies that needs to be outlined and mentioned very clearly. So according to the age group and the way they would behave. Okay, so keeping all those points in mind, okay, you will have to formulate a policy handbook. Okay, I don't want lengthy. This thing, just follow the structure. Give me the material, even if the language is not very precise. That is still okay with me because you are new to this, right? Don't make like 10, 12 pages. Okay, but what I'm more concerned about is your the table of contents. Okay, the first page that I showed you before we started table of contents, because I want to understand what kind of policies you think is important for a BPO industry. And then when you give me the policies in detail, at least I want to understand how you're going to make the structure. Okay? Fine. So later on you can freelance also as an HR consultant, trying to pitch in as HR consultants or HR advisors in building HR policies. So you have that kind of a scope as well. Okay, fine. So let me carry on with the policy. So I hope you can see the thing. Yeah. So we were here. Okay, the leave policy. So objective of defining a leave policy would be to define leave entitlement for all employees. So you will have to make employees understand what kind of leaves are available, right? And who will be eligible for those different kind of leaves. Okay, so eligibility will be all employees on the rolls of the company are covered by the leave policy. Okay. And scope entitlement for leave is prorated and shall commence from the day an employee joins the company. Now, prorated means see like leaves like earned leave. Okay, there are different kinds of leaves. Okay, so leaves like earned leave, as the name suggests, Earned leave means you will have to earn that leave. Okay, so you will have to work for few number of days to avail certain number of earned leave. Okay, so you work for certain number of days in this particular year, and only then you will be eligible for the leave next year. Okay, so for certain number of days you would have to work in the company to earn that leave. Because earned leave, what happens is you can even get it in cash. So earned leave is the only leave that can get encashed when you are leaving the company. So that is why it is an earned leave. Whereas leaves like casual leave, sick leave, you cannot encash. It cannot be converted to money. Those will not be carried forward also, and then cannot be encashed also. Okay, so that is why they get lapsed. So once one particular year is over, okay, and you still have balance of casual leave and sick leave, then those leaves will just expire in that particular year, and you will not be able to carry that forward in the next year. But earned leaves are the only leaves that can be carried forward. Suppose you are entitled for 15 days of earned leaves in this year. Okay, you used only 5 and you are still left with 10. So that 10 leaves can be carried forward in the next year. So similarly, every year, if you have accumulated certain number of earned leaves, then when you are leaving the organization, you will be entitled to encashing these earned leaves. So in your full and final settlement, you will be eligible for the encashment of earned leaves. Maybe if you've worked for more than 5 years, you will be eligible for gratuity. Okay, and you'll be eligible for your salary and any other incentives and all that. Okay, and earned leaves, if you want to later on, instead of encashing it, if you want to adjust it also with your notice period, that can also be done. Okay, so all that you need to explain that to the employees in the policy handbook. Now, privilege leave and earned leave, it is the same thing. Okay, see here it says all employees are entitled to a maximum of 21 days of such leave in a calendar year. So some companies give it 15 days, some companies give it 21 days, some companies give it even 30 days. It all depends on the company how they want to segregate the leave. Okay, so it says 21 days in each calendar year. The entitlement for new joinees will be prorated depending on their date of joining. Okay, prorata means it will be calculated on the basis of their date of joining. So for this, for availing or credit of earned leave, they will have to work for this year, and only then they will be eligible for next year. So that is prorata. So it shows sometimes, you remember in our bank account, it shows no, what is that term? I don't remember. But before it gets credited to your account, it reflects, right? This much amount is supposed to get credited to your account. What's that term? I just forgot. There's some term used for that. Okay, so before that money enters into your account, it still shows, you get a message, right? So this ledger balance or something like that. Your ledger balance is this much. Right, so something like that only. Earned leave is also like that. So on the basis of these many work days, you are eligible for this many earned leaves in the next year. Okay. So the 21 days of privilege leave is inclusive of 7 days of mandatory leave. All employees are required to avail 7 days once. Okay. So earned leave also you will. So this company says that 7 days of earned leave you will have to avail. Okay, so likewise, there are other leaves, that is sick leave, maternity leave. So this is a compliance. This is a statutory compliance. Okay, this is given by the government. It's not that this company is providing on a special basis. Maternity leave for female employees is the benefit given by the government. So it is a paid leave given to all females for when they are expecting. Okay, so it is 84 days. 84 days, it's like before you can avail it either, during your time of delivery, 3 months at a stretch, or you can avail it in a break, like before you go for delivery and after delivery. So it is up to you. Okay. So maternity leave, secure in the policy how it is explained. Okay, particulars, entitlement, accrual, encashment, combination, prefix, suffix. So what is prefix, suffix? Wait, I'll explain it to you. Paid holiday, falling in between leaves, application process. Okay, what are the types of leaves available? Mandatory leave, privilege leave, and maternity leave. Now, entitlement, 7 days once in 6 months. Privilege leave entitlement, this, and maternity leave, 12 weeks. So it is outlined very clearly. So if anybody wants to know about the leave, they need not run to HR all the time. Okay? If they have access to HR policy manual, to the employee policy handbook, then they can refer to it at any point of time and check. Okay. And prefix suffix means if you can club your casual leave along with your earned leave, or if you can club your sick leave and casual leave, so all that. Okay, prefix suffix, you know the meaning of the word, right? The terminology. So adding in before the earned leave or after the earned leave, like that. And paid holiday falling in between leaves. So all these details can be outside. You can go through it carefully. The employee relocation policy. See, employee relocation policy and all, it depends on how big the organization is and where all they have their offices. Working hours or working days. So this is another very important policy that no company will miss out, because you need to tell them you are working through Monday to Friday and what is the timing. Okay, Saturday, what is the timing? This we all need to know, right? As employees, so you will have to mention this. And what will be the dress code? So this also we need to specify to the employees. Monday to Thursday, formal fit tie. Friday, smart casual. Saturday, just casual. Okay. And yes, again, attendance is another important thing that you need to mention. How your attendance will be captured and determined. See, all this is as an HR you will have to remember. P is for present. OD is for outdoor duty. L is for leave and LOP. LOP is for loss of pay. So these things, while you start functioning as an HR, you will use the short form. LOP, OD, LP, LP is understood, right? A is absent. OD, LOP, you will have to get used to all these terminologies. Okay, loss of pay. So loss of pay, when does it happen? Loss of pay happens when you are running out of your leave. If you still want to stay on leave, then loss of pay will happen. That means your salary will be deducted. Yeah. And otherwise, it may also happen when your leaves are not approved. Okay. So separation process is the exit of employee. So here you'll have to mention in different ways how the exit of employees happen. There will be an exit interview. Okay. So this index is what the forms are attached with it. Okay, so whatever process we spoke about, here are the forms. Now we're saying we'll fill up the forms, right? So you will also have to show it to the employees how the form looks like. So interview assessment sheet. This is the assessment sheet that the recruiters will use while assessing the employees, while taking their interviews. Interview assessment sheet. Name of the person, for which department. Okay, sources. How did this employee know about the job vacancy? Okay, is it through a consultant? Is it through Naukri, or is it through employee referral? That you will have to mention here. Okay, for which level and for which location you are interviewing. Okay, and then your ratings. How would you see the line assessment? That means the immediate department manager or who is reporting head. Then HR, how much do you rate as an HR? And final remarks. What is this current CTC? What is the expected CTC of the candidate? Notice period and minimum joining time period. The final comments and line manager signature. All the signature and all is very important. Okay. Offer, hold, turn down. Turn down is reject. Hold is you want to see more candidates, or maybe you want to take more time. There is change in plan. Okay, this will take more time. Or hold is generally when you want to see more candidates. You're not sure whether you want to offer or not. If it's your decision, you click on offer. Okay, so this is after offering the person. What is the annual CTC that you want to offer, which role, which branch, all that. Okay, so this is an interview assessment form. Not necessary that all companies use the same format. You can develop your own format also. This is just to give you an idea how it should look like and what details you need to capture. Reference check form is when you want to do a reference check for an employee. You decide to offer an employee, now you want to do a reference check. Okay, now you will have to ask the candidate for references, like they will give you the ex-HR's number or the senior manager's number or reporting head's number and details, and then you send it to the person with whom you're doing the reference check of the employee. Okay, how long have you known the individual and in what capacity? All these questions you ask. But to check whether whatever information that has been given to you by the employee is correct or not. You have to do that check. Because anybody can come and tell you anything, right? So all companies do this background verification test these days and reference check, especially for the senior position. Okay. Before you offer an employee, you will have to check. Okay, checklist for hiring. So have you taken their resume? Have you have the photo ID? The compensation documents is the pay slips. Okay, hiring approval from your HR head or the department head, interview assessment sheet there or not. Then your civil score or SDN and reference check sheet. That is the reference form that we just covered. Okay, whether all that is attached or not. So we spoke about the confirmation appraisal, right? I sent you a confirmation appraisal format. Did you see? I sent it last time. So that is one format and this is another one. Okay, so you can refer to any of this. Fine, so these are few annexures. Manpower requisition forms. The first discussion that we had today, about the manpower requisition form, remember? Manpower requirement form, requisition form. Yeah, so this is all about that. Business, position, location, what is the description, job description, who is the requester. Okay, so this is our manpower requisition form looks like. Right. So, any questions? You all look so exhausted just by listening. My God, so much of matter. HR policy is generally like that. It's so much of matter, a lot of reading. But I think all of you like reading, right? Reading, studying, reading books. Okay? Shobna, you've been so silent today. So how has your day been till now? Shobna?
I didn't get to.
How has your day been till now?
Oh, good, ma'am.
Good. So what do you generally
as usual.
what do you generally do like every day?
Like there are certain works and all, then going through something, reading and all that, man.
So how like you are settled here only, you said, right?
So we have been living here. It's been many years, man. Now it's like our home only. Like I mean, our home is here only now.
And you've been doing any other courses? Any have you been planning to pursue
Not
anything?
currently. No, man. Not currently.
Like, it's very hot here, no? Today, I mean, few days since few days.
Since morning.
What about Suman and Yanchin? So how has your been? How has your day been till now?
A bit busy.
You had class today, Suman?
2 classes back to back. So,
Yeah, 2 classes. So how long do you take the classes?
one class is of 1 hour. So it depends that on Monday I have to take like 3 to 4 classes, and on Tuesday less classes, and on Wednesday 2 to
Okay,
3
so you
classes
don't
like
have
that.
classes every day? Don't take classes.
Every day I have classes, yes ma'am. Every day
So how many classes do you have in a day?
every day.
Two classes?
Maximum 4 and minimum 1.
Okay. Sometimes you have one or two. You like teaching?
Maximum 4 classes.
Do you enjoy
I
teaching?
do. Yes ma'am, I like teaching.
Fine. So you guys want me to continue with another session, or next I will be doing employee engagement. Sorry, talent management, not employee. So we have all the strategic portions to cover, okay, from now on. Okay, one we started with today is HR policies, right? So these are all strategic part of HR. Then we have talent management. We'll be doing employee engagement, and we will be doing succession planning. Okay, and what else? We'll be doing trade unions. I will introduce you to the concept of trade unions. Okay, so these are a few things that we will touch base upon in this part. So it's just few slides in talent management. You want me to go through it, or is it too much for you? Too exhausting? We are actually ahead of schedule only. Tell me if you can still, if you still can accommodate more, then I will continue. Otherwise, leave it up to next day. Tell me, however it is, I'm okay with it. I'm not your teacher, right? I'm not going to give you marks on the basis of how you respond. Right? So if it's too much, we'll just stop. We will just see if there is any queries you have. We'll hear your doubts and queries. In our previous sessions, if you have any queries, we can hear that. If you want me to explain again. Okay, then I'll continue with talent management. You don't have questions for me? Can you see the screen?
Yes, it's the same thing, the previous slides.
Same one.
Yes.
One vanished. I don't know. Just ping her now. In the group. Okay. So we'll continue with talent management. Okay. So talent is here. What are we talking about here? Talent is generally referred to the kind of employees we are hiring for the company. Okay. So what is talent management? It is the full scope of HR process to attract, onboard, develop, motivate, and retain high performing employees. So talent, when we refer to talent, is mainly to do with the employees who are most beneficial to the company and who are high performers. Okay, so talent management would refer to a full process of attracting good talent, onboarding them, developing them, motivating, and doing everything to retain these high performing employees. Everything in the sense, whatever it is possible in the diameter, within the diameter of the company. Okay, and talent management is aimed at improving business performance through practices that make employees more productive. So we are going to, invite, or we are going to put in efforts in improving the business performance through the practices that make employees more productive. Okay. Now we all know that we are in a war for top talent, and we always will be. So every company wants to take the best talent in the market at a reasonable rate, right? Cost-effective rates, right? Even during recessions, there is a shortage of talented people. Recession, we all know there are a lot of scarcity of jobs, right? So even when there is scarcity of jobs, still companies want to take only the best talent. Will they take anybody and everybody? No. Even recession is, even a even it's a situation where where companies stop hiring, and even if they are hiring, they want only the best people, the best talent, right? So people, those who are good at their jobs and have very strong leadership experience, are always short in supply because everybody wants to hire them. Okay, they can always find new jobs, and they are always hard to get. They have a lot of demand. All companies want to hire them, and it is very hard to get them. It is the role of the HR to implement the strategic talent management process in an organization. That is why, just because it is very hard to get good talent in the market, it is the responsibility of an HR to do everything possible through the talent management process to retain the best talent in the company. Okay, so we need to motivate them once they are on board. We need to ensure they are remain motivated. We do take initiatives to develop their talent more, and we give them the best possible appraisals and benefits. HR really plays an advisory and support role in the company. They don't run the company, however, they will help the leaders run the company. Okay, so HR will play an important advisory role and support role in the company. Okay, now what is the talent management process? Identify organization goals and understand the requirements. Now, when we are starting the talent management process, how will we start the process? How will we hire the best talent? Of course, we need to first understand what does the company actually want, right? Without understanding what is the requirement of the company, will we be able to hire the best talent? No, we will have to understand the requirement first, right? And then sourcing and attracting the talent, recruiting and selecting the talent. So by using best methods of attraction and selection, we will be able to take the top talent. Okay. Then doing things to retain the employees, like training, employee engagement. Okay. Trying to check if there is any kind of promotions that is available. Okay, then performance appraisals. During performance appraisals or during feedback sessions, we need to understand whether they need any kind of additional requirements is there for them to perform their duties better. Okay, and then succession planning. I will explain succession planning to you later, but succession planning is nothing but giving them the opportunities to step up. Okay, step up to another level. Okay, and that is about talent management. It is a very short slide. Okay. Right, so talent management, just to sum up, it is nothing but the process of hiring, selecting, attracting, and retaining the best talent in the market. Okay, so how we can do talent management process by these steps. Okay. What happened, you guys? I feel both of you, I don't know, Suman is not there, but your mind is somewhere else today.
The slide is not visible.
Really? Why aren't you
I can't-
telling me? Why aren't you telling me? You're not telling me this. So you should
I
do
thought you were just explaining like that.
God, but I got a message here because whenever I share the slides, okay, I get a message which says now the participants can view the slides, and I got that. That's why I continued.
We
Assuming,
can
Only the
just see your
folder is
files
visible.
folder, yeah.
sorry.
We can just see your files and folders.
Why weren't you telling me? And I was going on blah 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 blah.
No, we
thought
understood.
you
I
were just
understood. We thought you were just like making us
explaining
understand what
like that.
No,
talent management is.
I was referring to the slide. Oh God. Because I got that message which says participants can now see the slide.
But it was understandable without the slides also.
Okay, it's quite simple, but an important concept. It is very simple, like employee relations, no? Employee relations, short slide concept is very, very simple. You need to build a good relationship with the employees. The top management needs to take care of the employees and interact with them, right? Same way, talent management, you need to take care of the high performers in the company. Okay, that is the main idea. That's what I was wondering. I find you both so disconnected, and I was thinking, what's wrong with these girls? Then I will share the slide with you. Okay, since we don't have much to discuss on today, we are finishing and we had very less network issues today, thankfully. So So we're finishing off the session a bit early, right? So you can go and relax now. We will meet again. Today is Wednesday.